Alright, here's the start of the breakfast burritos. I've got the seal meal for when they're done. I've got the eggs. I've got cheese. I got two kinds of cheese. One with roasted garlic. I got mushrooms. I got a red pepper. And then the tortilla. Okay, so I started by chopping up some of the mushrooms. I chopped up some of the red peppers. I don't like lots of red pepper. I like to have some of it for flavor. And then the rest of them, I even zip sealed those with the seal meal so I can freeze those and use those later. I used 9 eggs, so the eggs are there, ready to be chopped up, blended up. And then the cheese is all ready to go too. So that's where we are right now. So we'll be back. Okay, I just started a little butter in the pan melting, and I have whipped up the eggs. I added a little salt, a little pepper, and just a little bit of hot sauce. And that's where we are right now. Okay, now we start the scrambled eggs. So as this is being heated at medium, I just keep moving these around so it doesn't get too done in any one spot, so we get them all scrambled and nice. So, alright, just after a couple minutes of this on at medium, the scrambled part's getting ready, and we're just about ready to add the ingredients. Okay, I've added everything except the cheese so far. So I got my mushrooms and I've got the peppers in there, so I want to have these cook for a little bit, and I'm going to cover it for just a little. I've also turned the heat down a bit, and then we'll add the cheese next. I've added the cheese, and I've had this covered for a little bit. I've also got the tortilla ready and the bag labeled with the date. So now we'll mix the cheese in with the rest of the stuff. The veggies probably are pretty good now, but we still want it to go just a little bit more so that the cheese kind of melts in and gets consistent. Alright, so now the cheese is completely mixed in, and our tortilla is ready to put stuff in the tortilla, wrap it up, put in the bag, and zip seal. Alright, so now we've got everything all ready to go. So we're going to move and do our first burrito. So we're going to put enough on here to make a nice little breakfast. It's the first one, so I want to make sure I do that right. So we got that in there. And then we're going to wrap this burrito up and fold up the sides. Alright, that looks like one good breakfast burrito. Then we're going to put it in the bag. And holding it together while I get it in there. And then we're going to go to the zip sealer, the little seal meal. Alright, the first one's done. That one's done. If you notice, it doesn't take up the whole bag, but these bags are awesome because after I use this and take care of it in the microwave, I can clean this out, I'll cut off the top, and we'll use this bag again. Alright, here's the final product. We ended up getting 5 pretty good sized burritos out of the whole package. We didn't use everything though, so which was good. We only used 5 of the tortillas, obviously, 9 of the eggs, probably about a third of the green pepper, a quarter or a fifth of the cheese. So I think it worked out to about $1.90 each for 5 really big, fresh breakfast burritos. So next we'll freeze them and cook them and see how they taste. Okay, now we have the frozen one. When you take it out, cut it as close to the top of the seam as possible because you're going to be able to wash and reuse this bag. Then you need to put it on a microwave plate, wrap in a wet, damp paper towel. Take it over to the microwave. Microwave at 149. 1 minute, 49 seconds. Then there you have it. You got one finished burrito. Let's see how that bad boy tastes. Yum. Very, very fresh. The only thing I think maybe I'd do differently would, I made them a little big, but they'll be definitely great sized meals. So you can maybe 6 out of that ingredients. But so far so good, and the first bite was awesome. I love them. Great job. They taste like I just made it.